Great big hand. On the way down here, I thought about how cold it was today. If you're cold, just wave at me. Wave at me. Now, this is what I want you to remember, because it'll help you to understand why we're here. There are some people who last night in Richmond had to brave this cold all night. Not because there were no houses to put them in, but because the system under which we operate won't allow them to be there. And so we've come today to make our voice known. And I love your signs. Here's one right down front that says, you have the right to remain silent, but I don't recommend it. Here's another that says, we are the 99% and we will no longer remain silent. Come on, let your voice be heard. Say, we're the 99. Who are we? Let me hear you. Who are we? 99%, and we will let our voice be heard. Welcome with me now the pastor of the Faith and Family Church, Pastor Calvin Duncan, who is coming to talk to us about who we are as Occupy the Dream. Come on, give him a great big hand.
I want to thank Dr. Watson and for giving me this opportunity. I'm excited, and I believe that because all of us are here, we're saying something.
That's right.
And I want to thank you for being here today, and as we come together collectively, I want to tell you who we are. Occupy the Dream is committed to the mission of nonviolent social action, public protests, coalition building, networking, and empowerment around the issues of income inequality and economic injustice. Occupy the Dream is nonpartisan, non-sectarian, and welcomes the participation of all people of goodwill and good conduct. Occupy the Dream is interdenominational and interfaith, and welcomes the participation of all religious faiths and all others of moral consciousness who stand for equality of humanity. Occupy the Dream is intergenerational and welcomes the participation of all age groups. Occupy the Dream is multiracial, multi-ethnic, and multicultural and non-discriminatory. Occupy the Dream mobilizes in the United States for economic equality and justice under the First Amendment of freedom of speech and the right to assemble and to present grievances to the government. Occupy the Dream organizes around the principles of operational unity among diverse individuals, groups, constituencies, organizations, institutions, businesses, communities, and other entities who all agree to work together to fulfill the mission of the Occupy the Dream movement. Occupy the Dream organizes and mobilizes in the prophetic tradition of the living legacy and dream of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for economic equality and justice for all. Occupy the Dream maintains www.occupydream.org as its official website. Lord bless you. Thank you for this time.
And when I say who are we say what? We are. Who are we? Who are we? 99. And we are here today to demand economic justice and change in our system. Let me be very clear, because I don't know how long we'll have the media with us, but we didn't come today as people of faith to talk about pie in the sky by and by as we fly once we die. But we came to talk about something sound on the ground by the pound that can be found while we still around. We have come today to raise our voices in protest against economic tyranny and the corporate takeover of the government. Because the political and economic systems in our country are broken. We have the most people living in poverty in American history. We have the most severe inequality of wealth in American history. The four richest people, count them, just four, the four richest people in our country have as much wealth as 350 million Americans combined. Production and wealth creation have exploded, and most of it has gone to the top 100th of 1% of the population. And so we are here today to give voice to the other 99%. We cannot be silent in the face of economic injustice, and so we have gathered from a number of churches and community organizations to declare that we have lost our laryngitis. We have recovered our voice and our vision, and we plan to occupy until things change. So here's where you come in. This is what I need you to do, even though it's cold. First of all, I need you to understand that we have come in peace. This is a nonviolent protest. Number two, don't block the streets or the sidewalks. Don't give anybody a chance to have something to get in your face about. Then number three, today we're going to be our own media. We're grateful for the news outlets that are here, but we're grateful for technology that allows us to share our own message. And so today I want you to whip out your cell phone so that we can tell our story of what this day means and what went on. And so that means we need you to tweet. Everybody say tweet. We need you to text. Everybody say text. And we need you to post it to Facebook and YouTube. Take pictures. Shoot video. Talk to each other about how things should be economically in this country. Talk to each other about why our being here is important, and then share those conversations with the world on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And if you're going to tweet, use the hashtag #Occupy Dream OWS. That's Occupy Dream OWS, so that we can join our voices with the voices of all those others across the nation and 12 other locations outside of 12 other Federal Reserve banks and become a trending topic today. CNN gonna get the word. Fox will figure it out later. But if you put it out there, we want to post no less than 10,000 tweets today in the next couple of hours. So use that hashtag Occupy Dream OWS so that our voice can be heard. Now we've got some great singers, and we could not come today on Martin Luther King's birthday without singing a song that came to be known as his mantra. As they were marching for our civil rights, for human rights, they would join their hands. Even on cold days like today, they would usually cross their hands this way to get real close. And I figured out what that meant this morning, because when you get that close, you can feel the other person's body heat. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. If you would join hands with your neighbor on the left and right. Come on up here, JD and Alex. Come on, sing We Shall Overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I
one. This is the last one, the most important one. God is on our side. Come on, sing that. God is on our side. God is on our side. God is on our side. God is on our side today. God is on our side today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe God is on our side. God is on our side today. Come on, let's applaud.
There's a guy, he's been fighting for the people for quite a while, and he happens to be one of our city council persons. His name is Marty Jewell, and he's got an Occupy event coming up this weekend. Would you welcome him? God bless you. Lord, the cavalry's come. The cavalry's come, Pastor Watson. I've watched these young people from day one occupy this park. I've never seen more courageous people in my life. Against all odds and against a man who doesn't get it. I don't understand that. I put in a bill, an ordinance, to exempt this park as a free speech zone. I don't care whether it's Occupy or the Tea Party. We ought to be able to have free speech in Richmond, particularly in light of our history. A history of slavery and slave sales, the largest outside of New Orleans, right down here in Chocolate Bottom. A history of Jim Crow and the Black Codes right here in Richmond, Virginia. A history of massive resistance whose epicenter was the Time Dispatch and News Leader right here in the city for the whole South. We can begin to heal that history. I need y'all. That bill's going to come up on the 23rd of this month, 6 o'clock, City Hall. I don't know whether you remember or whether you were here, Pastor Watson, back in '97, when City Council voted to ban churches from feeding homeless people downtown. You remember? We overflowed that City Council that night, and they reversed the vote. I need y'all to help us reverse this vote. Friday, this coming Friday, 6 o'clock, we're going to have a community discussion. City Council chambers. Trying to understand why these young people are occupying. A lot of our folks don't know. And I'm so glad they haven't told anybody, because the media would rip it to shreds the minute you give specifics. And so their bodies are the statement that we need to understand. Their commitment, their sacrifice is the message we need to get. And so I urge you to come out Friday. We're going to mobilize for next Monday, or the following Monday, and I pray that you can all make it. We will overflow that council chambers, and we'll get our folks to understand downtown. Thank you, and God bless you.